Welcome to Selmach Machinery's Knowledge Base. Today I'm going to give you some hints on how to keep the machine maintained. It's very important to keep your back gauge very clean and to oil it. Clean it with WD-40, using a rag, wipe it clean, and before you use it again, one last spray on all the rail with WD-40. At the same time, a lot of the people use the probes with the handle loose, and obviously once it's all been lubricated it moves very easily. But we have grease nipples here and here. You pump grease into those and it does give you a little bit of resistance on these and will stop them moving while you're using the press brake. But also it's very important to grease them, as obviously the bearings need greasing. Okay, this is the grease nipple for the R-axis. There's one on this rail and there's one on the opposite side. At least once every 2 months, give this about 3 pumps on your grease gun. Behind this plate here is the X-axis lead screw. This will require a squirt of WD-40 and a wiping with grease. Also, you will see, if you look from underneath, which is very difficult to do with the camera, you will see the actual lead screw nut. There is a grease nipple on this. Again, once every couple of months, a couple of pumps of grease. This will keep it well lubricated. We have another grease nipple here for the bearing for the gib strip. We have a grease nipple here for the gib strips on the front beam. Once every 2 months, 2 or 3 pumps of grease on both ends of the machine will keep this well lubricated. The first thing we need to do is remove the oil. So up here you will see there's a plug in a fitting. You remove the plug first and then you pull the lever down and drain the oil into your vessel. Now that we've drained the hydraulic oil, basically we need to change the oil filter. The oil filter is found at the end of the pump between the pipe that goes to the hydraulic manifold block. Basically, an adjustable spanner on the end of there, get yourself a little tub underneath to catch any excess oil, unscrew it, it just lifts out, place in the new one, screw it back together. There's probably a new O-ring to be fitted as well, if it comes in the box basically, but the old one will probably be sufficient. Okay, so we drained the oil, we changed the filter. Now we undo the 4 pins here and with a small screwdriver remove the lid. Obviously make sure the area is clean before you work on it. We don't want any rubbish falling into the tank. Inside the tank you will notice probably there is a very large magnet. If you can find this, I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it wouldn't hurt to give it a clean and remove any metal fragments that are stuck to it. At that point, basically, we then start to fill with a clean 46 grade hydraulic oil to the oil level. We'll take a look at the oil level and I'll show you where it needs to be. This is the oil level gauge and it must be filled 90% of its length. You should be able to see at least 5 mm gap at the top, and that would then be the correct level.